on YouTube. I want to thank you all for tuning in. You guys are amazing. Everybody who stops by and checks it out. Everybody who stops by tonight. And everybody who stops by all week. I really appreciate you guys tuning in to Ike Diaz Live. So it's literally been a busy week. It really has. Like, there's so much information going around this week that 5 minutes late. I didn't realize that. Or I was trying to go on at a certain time. So it's been a busy week. I'm going to talk about the black holes tonight, which were theoretical and now are real, I guess. The first picture you should see is a picture of the first ever picture of the black hole, which is pretty crazy. And then also I want to bring up the Israel moon landing that happened this week. Like I said, there's been a lot of stuff that's gone on this week. Like, it's been like totally crazy, guys. Like, there's been so much, and I've been trying to adjust this mic because I know we've been having some feedback, so I'm trying to get that figured out. So hopefully tonight we get that all worked out, and I don't have that problem tonight. So I'm gonna show you that. I'm gonna take you over here real quick, guys, where I always show you guys, so that way you can request me. I went through like another 200 subscribe. I went through another 200 invites the other day on this channel. So make sure you come here. You request me here, like if you're a real person, like you're, a mutual friend or something. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna accept you, and that way you can keep up to date with everything we're doing. So basically, like I said, it's been a crazy week. It's been a busy week. With everything that's going on. Like I don't watch the news, guys. I didn't even want to look at the black hole thing. Tonight was the first time I looked at the picture, and I read a couple things about it. And that takes us back to this the whole thing with the Israel moon landing. I hope that nobody was lost in that. I don't know. I didn't really look into that. I just heard about it, and I'm going to get into a conversation with that here pretty soon. I'm going to be talking about that. So if you do join in, I want to say hi real quick to Team Flat Earth. I don't know. I know earlier, Gina. Hi, Gina. Jazzy. Oh, yeah, Jazz said she was going to be happy to be here. Susan. Hey, Susan. Thanks. Hey, Trent. Thanks for stopping by. So just wanted to say hello to everybody real quick. And yes, guys, I'm still building, so it takes time. So go ahead and this is the Ike Diaz page. Go ahead and request it real quick, guys. I'm going to check something. And so this is the main page to get a hold of me. So, or you can go to the KBLP LLC page and ask to join there. So go ahead and look at this. Like I said, I got the moon landing thing that happened that I'm going to talk to, and I'm going to give you my opinion on it. And then I'll also talk to you about the black hole, which everybody's already covered. Everybody's already looked into. I didn't even want to say anything about it. I just, like I said, tonight was the first time I looked at a picture of it. It's like, this is what we get out of all those billions and trillions of dollars. So hold on just a sec, guys. Ike Diaz Live. You're live with Ike Diaz. Make sure you check me out on iTunes, on Spotify, on iHeartRadio, on Speaker.com. Check out KBLP LLC on Speaker.com. You can check out all our podcasts there. They are all amazing. I think you will find a podcast that you will really enjoy. Jazzy was promoting it pretty good in the chats tonight, so I want to thank her for her hard work tonight. I'm trying to look up a couple more links for the because there has to be more of the black hole pictures, and then there has to be some other pictures because I don't play any video. Pardon me, guys. You're live with the amazing Ike Diaz. I want to thank everybody who tunes in. I really appreciate everybody who checks me out, stops by, and tunes in. And we've got a lot of people who stopped by so far, so it's pretty amazing. We're building up pretty good, guys. And I want everybody who starts with me now, you know what I mean? Well, we only got a couple thousand subscribers. You know, I hope you're there with me when we get to 100,000 subscribers and 200,000. I know the true channels, they only 50 to a couple 100,000. Not like these other crazy channels where they got massive amounts of subscribers. So I'll go ahead and I'll start with, because I'm gonna double back with the moon landing, the moon landing stuff. So I was trying to look at my phone to see if I could pull up any more pictures of the black holes. I know that they're already getting hit pretty hard. So this is what we got. Billions and trillions of dollars, guys, and this is what we got. 52 billion or 52 million dollars per day or something like that, and this is what we get for a black hole. So we've always been taught that black holes were a theory, guys. So they're trying to put this space thing way out in the open, guys. They're trying to open it up to the world, guys. Like never before have we seen anything like this at this level, you know. So if you do jump in the chat, leave a couple messages. I'm not looking at the chat right now, guys. But if you do jump in the chat and you have questions, what's going on all around flat? I know. That's what I really didn't even want to bring it up. Tonight's the first time I looked at tonight's the first time I even looked at I was gonna send you a link tonight just to see if you were up and around. I didn't know. I was gonna call you first, but thanks for stopping by. I'm gonna go through my opinion real quick on this. I'll try to jump back in the chat after I get going here. We got a few listeners and people tuning in, so it's pretty cool. I got some people in my email already hit me up. So all that money that goes in, and this is what we get. So really, still, we can't say nothing either way because black holes have been a theory, and we don't know if black holes are true, but they're really pushing this space effort. They're really pushing it through the roof, guys. They're really going all out with this, you know. So as far as I'm concerned about this black hole thing, I think it's just a gimmick and gadget so they could bring in their new space whatever they think they're trying to do with this. I don't know why they're even doing this. And like I said, we've talked about it before about stars and things out in space, that they could be demons or angels. And we all know, everybody who's listened to my broadcast know that that's what we talked about in the past. So I know. But this is the picture they gave us, all around flat. This is the picture they gave us. This is the picture we're receiving. And right away, the first thing they say is, I was looking for some other pictures, so because this was the only one I found that says online trolls are harassing a scientist who helped take the first pictures of a black hole. Of course, they're going to be harassing them because nobody believes this stuff anymore. Like mainstream media, nobody believes where they. If they would really give the numbers of mainstream media and all around flat, I know you could back me up on this. Team Flat Earth, I know we were talking about this. If they really showed the numbers of like people who actually watch the news still, and people who actually were in, who watch like some of these regular TV shows compared to the numbers that we see like on social media and things like that, because there's a big gap now. Like social media has basically took over as far as everything goes that they're watching. Nobody's watching the news no more. No, when you have the president coming out saying that CNN and CNBC and all that it's fake news. Yeah, we're questioning it. I know where you're getting at right there, man. I'm glad you're here all around, because I really want to get into the conversation about we're going to talk about the supposed, the alleged moon landing that happened, or I got this already pulled up for us, and then I think it was a setup with this the moon being in our atmosphere thing. So I'll get to that here in a second. So as far as this goes, guys, we know the trolls are going to harass them. I mean, trolls. And excuse me. I'm trying to get some water real quick. You know what? It's not just the flat Earth community anymore, guys. I think that even people who believe in the globe model, the heliocentric model, I think they're even like fed up with this, because I've talked, now that people are cluing in and catching on to this stuff, they're coming around, and I think that they're part of this troll thing that's being talked about here. But NASA and those agencies, they're never going to admit that. So here you go, everybody. This is your black hole. This is what you get for the $52 million a day that NASA receives from us in our tax money that we all go out and work our butt off for, and we all keep sending them the money. They keep accepting. And then, I don't want to get into like NASA and where it came from, the Nazi thing with Werner Braun. I don't want to get into none of that, because that's a whole nother podcast. I always start with one podcast, and then I always want to get into like 10 other ones. But but so this is it, guys. This is what you get for the money. So all you space enthusiasts and everybody that's into these galaxy wars and aliens are not real. Just to let everybody know, guys. And hopefully I'm going to talk to Steve, and I'm going to read his book, because he has a book that he's going to be releasing pretty soon, and I want to read it over the air. I don't believe in aliens, but what I think is that, yeah, he probably was picked up. This is crazy Twitter. What used to be. I call it tweaker Twitter. But anyway, Twitter, did you know that like 72% of that are not even from America? Like 72% of the people who use Twitter, I was reading that this week, and excuse me, are not even in America. They're not even in America. Hey, Victor, thanks for tuning in again, man. Could you please go over to the chat, though? Because last time I got kicked out of my messenger when we were chatting back and forth on my messenger. So if you can go into the chat and, oh, Kevin, hey, Kevin, what's going on? If you can go into the chat too, Kevin and Victor, man, when we were chatting back and forth the other night, I got kicked out. I got kicked out of Messenger and I had to re-sign back in and do a new password and all kinds of stuff. So if you guys could come over to the chat, that'd be awesome and it'll help us out so we could talk to everybody here on the thing. So I'm gonna get over into it says first privately funded moon missions ends in crash. Israel's Bereshit, the first privately funded mission to the moon, crashed on the lunar surface. The spacecraft aimed to perform a soft landing on the moon and would have made Israel the fourth country to do so. Okay, so that being said, guys, I'm gonna take us back real quick. Okay, about a month ago, I'll leave it here so we can catch the people chatting in case I miss it, guys. About a month ago, they released the information that the moon was in our atmosphere. So they knew Israel was going to be making this space launch, this attempt to the moon, to go to the moon, guys. So I think this was all pre-planned, pre-set up, guys. This was all set up in advance. And I think that's the reason they released the information saying that the moon was within Earth's atmosphere, so that it didn't seem so far-fetched when they said Israel was going to the moon. So here's my opinion. With all the millions of dollars that go to NASA, all the money that's involved in this, guys, how is a country like that going to even send a rocket to the moon? Like we're supposed to have all the technology in the world, right? America is the number one in technology, Space Force, Air Force, anything involved with astronauts and moon landings. Hey, Wilders for Truth, how you doing? I appreciate you stopping by. Thank you very much. You're awesome. So, with all the money that's involved in that, what I'm saying is, that they're saying that this would be the fourth country. They're saying it's a privately funded mission. We know it wasn't privately funded. You know what I mean? There was some big money behind that. Look at how much they receive every day. Our American space program receives $52 million per day. You know what I mean? So they have to receive big money. So that takes us back. Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. And thanks for being here. Thanks for checking it out. Wilders for Truth. I'll be by your channel, check you out, man, and see what kind of content you got going on. So back, I know I get sidetracked. Kevin and are in I'm trying to get them over here to the chat too, so they can chat with us, guys. Kevin and Victor, I got kicked out of Messenger when I did the broadcast last week. They kicked me out of Messenger because we were chatting back and forth, and they were asking me all kinds of questions, and I was asking them questions. But that's why I'm trying not to chat with them in the Messenger. So if they want to chat with us, they can come over here to the chat with us, guys. So we're supposed to be leading the way in space missions to Mars, to the moon, and you're saying that I don't want to say a third world country because I don't know exactly. I think there's places there that are like, like billion-dollar cities or whatever. So, how are they gonna? Where did they get the technology to even get to the moon if we in America cannot get out of lower Earth's orbit? That's what my big question is, guys. That's what I'm sitting here. That's why I went ahead and did the broadcast tonight because, like I said, I'm gonna take us a month back. I'm gonna take us back to where they just released the info that the moon's in our atmosphere. Yeah, we already talked about that, and 5,000 other channels already talked about that. But they had to play a part for Israel to get to the moon, and I don't want to poke fun or anything, but because there was a tragedy, you know what I mean, and the it wrecked. I don't know all the details, specific details, so I can't get into those with you guys. So that part of it I don't know, but I did want to bring this up because, like I said, we're supposed to be the leading force in technology and space travel. So how are they going to leave lower Earth orbit before we do? That's what I want to get at. So all around flat. If you have anything to say on that, Wilders for Truth. If you have anything to say about that, Team Flat Earth, Beth, everybody who's here with us, Victor and I'm not looking at my messenger. So if you guys could chime in on that, that would be totally awesome because, like I said, and they had to put this out there. It was a privately funded moon mission. Wait a second now. I know Elon Musk. So I'm kind of going here. Elon Musk does his private um, takeoffs to the moon, rockets to the moon, or wherever he's going to space. But he's funded by NASA, so he's in business with NASA. We know that. So, so as far as the other thing, to my understanding, with the UN, don't they control like space travel beyond? Don't they control the travel beyond lower Earth orbit as far as any other countries going to outer space to okay, what they're saying is outer space. So there's a lot here that's being overlooked. I think that there's tons of information being overlooked because the information is just not adding up, guys. If a month ago you're telling me that the moon's in our atmosphere now, okay, cool. The moon's in our atmosphere. We kind of knew that because I film the moon every night. You can go to KDLP LLC podcast. You can go there and you can check it out. Okay, that's one thing. Okay, so we've known this. We've known this for quite a while now, guys. And then you're telling me that you wouldn't think that uh, um, a bigger country would be forcing this issue, like China or Japan or Russia or I'm just throwing some countries out there, guys. That they would be there, go sooner. I think China or Japan was there about 6 months ago or something. They did some kind of moon altering thing, but it does not make any sense at all, guys. Because when we're being told that we can't leave lower Earth orbit, and you're telling me that another country is up at the moon right now. That's what you're trying to explain to me. That's Wilder's for Truth. That's right. That's what I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to say here. We're supposed to be cutting edge in technology. That's what I'm saying. 1970s technology. I just watched the video because the video is not very long. I just watched the video just a second ago, and like I said, I've been looking into the information, listening to what everybody has to say about it. But I just got the visuals of it tonight. This right here, and then also the black hole, the picture of the black hole that's supposed to be real now when it's always been a theory. Now it's all of a sudden it's real. Um, so we're leading the way in tech. We're leading the way as far as technology goes, guys. And you're telling me that they're going to go before us? That's what I'm just not. I'm trying to put two and two together for everybody. I'm trying to paint a picture. I'm trying to paint a picture so that everybody could see the feelings I'm going through as far as why another country is going to be another country is going to be going out there instead of us you know getting to that spot. But we already know, people in this community, We already know that there's no way we can get to the moon. But, as far as I'm concerned, the moon is just a light. We've talked about this several times. I filmed it so many times. The sun, and I really went out there. See, that makes a lot of sense, guy. That makes a lot of sense, Wilder's for truth. But see, what I'm saying though is, don't the UN have control over, like, they control all the air flight, right? With just passenger airliners or private airliners or military. The UN's in on all that, 47 countries or something like that. So wouldn't they be in on anything outside a lower Earth orbit, anything outside of the 30,000 or 40,000, that these commercial planes or military, or any of these. So if that's a private company, see, I'll have to do some more investigation then, because if it's a private company doing this, they have to be like in the Elon Musk kind of situation for their country, like how Elon Musk is like a second partner to NASA, which NASA funds Elon Musk. And a lot of people have came on and argued with me that Elon Musk is private; it's his own money. No, he receives money from NASA. It's out. It's, you know what I mean. The information is out, so anybody could just look that up. So if there's anybody who feels like um, that Elon Musk is private in any way, then they can look up the information. They could see that Elon Musk is funded by NASA. And what's funny is, a lot of Elon Musk's videos, they're all cartoonish. They're all CGI. You could tell just by the way they look at it, and it's really getting high tech with them. NASA still, they're still, even up to last month, they were even caught in another one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You make a lot of sense there, because all those space agencies are in secret. But if you think about it, how many countries actually? I gotta say, maybe two or three countries are actually even have a space force, or uh, a NASA type of company together. I know they all. When you can look it up, and there's like 20 or 30 that have logos for their space exploration companies, for like NASA, basically. I know when you look it up, you can see all the logos, because most of those logos are all the same. I've looked into it, and they all have the same. But I think only two or three are only like even active. I don't think that very many of them are even active with what they're trying to do. Is my opinion, because this is kind of a shocker. Like, that it would be Israel to me still. I'm still sitting here like, they just got a wall. You know what I mean? America was supposed to get a wall, but Israel got the wall. I'm like, still, I don't get into those conversations. We can talk about flat Earth and space trips and refraction and atmosphere and physics and anything like that, guys. But I don't get into that other stuff. No, but it's funny is that it would be that country. I'm just like sitting here, and I'm still kind of like, man, how could it be that country out of all the countries? If we sit here and we think about all the countries, and with the technology, there's countries with way more advanced technology than them. And you're right, as far as secrecy goes, America could be behind the whole thing. But my thing is, we know they didn't go. So my other thing was, where do you think they filmed it at? In somebody's studio. Now they probably have studios where they could film anything they want. You know what I mean? So whatever it was done in a studio. Whatever they put together, just like the Mars thing. Um, they sent the first pictures they sent back. The first video was the glass camera with some polka dots, some dots, some brown dots on the front of it. It's not very much. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All the information is out there, guys. There's whatever information. That's You're right. You know what I mean? Like all around flat. You're completely right. They say six companies own everything, but really it's probably one company behind that all. And then Wilders for Truth. Um, I think it's only like three or four countries who are even in the space race now. I guess we'll call it the space race again, like they were calling it in the '60s. I guess before we were born, they were calling that the space race in the '60s. So I guess they're back at it again, is what they're trying to tell us. And I think that the Elon Musk thing, I think a lot of that has to do with all these things that NASA keeps getting busted for. I think it's just a distraction to throw everybody off, so that if any more things come up as far as anything happening, explosions or them being caught with CCGI again or anything like that, I think that's where Elon Musk comes in, so they could take the brunt of the blame for a lot of that stuff. You know, yeah. As far as that goes, I think that's what, and maybe this other, because it's Israel. Basically, they're saying this is Israel that sent this up. Um, let's see real quick. So this here, I don't know if it came up yet, guys. This here is the Israel's moon probe snaps a final photo before crashing. I'm gonna click on that. Hopefully, I don't get a copyright strike real quick, guys. So, so this is what they're saying they shot. Okay, it should be up by now, guys. So Israel's moon probe snaps final photo before crashing. I said the bear sheep, so I hope I'm saying it right. They're probably calling it the bear sheep because the Bearstein Bears. That's the whole spacecraft from Israel space. IL was facing long odds to land on the moon, being the first ever privately launched probe to attempt it. They cut the engine, communication was lost, and crashed into the surface. Okay, wait a second there. SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket launched parachute into high Earth orbit on February 22nd. It spent the next couple of months literally making its way toward the moon's orbit and was supposed to land on the northern hemisphere. The technique, while unusual, was designed to save fuel. Once the probe landed, it would have had power for only a couple of days at most. Okay, so basically they're saying that they turned off look at this. Is this tinfoil to you guys? Are you guys seeing tinfoil? Okay, this is interesting, guys. This is really interesting. Like most of the stuff they send in space looks like tinfoil to me. So I don't know. Like I'm gonna have to relook into some of that stuff because that's that's really interesting, guys. Like that they would even post that kind of stuff for us. You got a point there. Let me go back real quick here. That if they lost communications before. So so SpaceX. So we did help Israel get out there. Basically, is what they're saying here. The SpaceX rockets are the one that launched them. That's what it's saying right here. See, I didn't know that. See, guys, like I said, I didn't even look into it till tonight. Like I didn't even look at the pictures of it because I was already frustrated with the fact that we can't leave low Earth orbit, but they can go to the moon and they could do all kinds of things. But let me see. I know it just said something about how did it. It said it's well. It don't need the engine on to snap the pictures. So with China, man, see. So the U.S., Soviet Union, and China, and now Israel are the only four to have made it to the moon, from my understanding. It cost $100 million, a tiny percentage of any previous effort. The company said that it's encouraged by the first effort of the plans to build another Bereshit, I hope I'm saying the name right, lander to complete the mission. Excuse me. Okay, so SpaceX did have something to do with it. I should have did some more research in it because from my understanding, I thought they had went up by themselves. Like, yeah, all around flat. You're right. Like, before I even was doing this broadcast tonight, before I even pushed the start button, I said to myself, Are we in the same reality? You know what I mean? Something is going on here. I don't know if we're in the same reality anymore. And you're right. I wish that yeah, Wilders for Truth, gold tinfoil, laugh out loud. I don't know if we're in the same reality, guys. Like the reality I'm from, guys. This kind of stuff was never happening. I'm serious, and I don't remember anybody outside of Russia that was even attempting to go. That's what I'm saying. There's only at the most three or four countries that are even at this level, guys. At this level of sending any kind of missions past lower Earth orbit. That's the only thing. That's the only thing, guys. So when I did hear a couple people, a couple of the YouTubers that I listened to talk about this, they said that it kind of looked like a. Well, I seen the first joke one, like they had it on a string, like the moon. It was on a string, but then a couple of the YouTubers I talked to, they said that it kind of looked like just like photo editing and CCGI, the whole crash or whatever I guess they had videotaped part of it, but that like that part if it did crash, what where are they getting the information, the where are they getting the let's see it. Naughty Bieber waved in pretty good on the Israel moon mission, on that Israel moon mission. So so all around flat. If we start talking about real life, we there. See, there's the other thing is that a lot of these, when we broadcast, we are parrots, man. We're just parroting the media or what information they're giving us. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Build that like a Russian tank. Yeah, build that thing. Don't make it look. Don't make it look like tinfoil, man. That's pretty embarrassing that they would even put something out there like that. Like that's I don't know. Just like the first ones, you go back and look at some of that footage, and It looks like that. It was like duct tape some of that stuff together, you know. So Ike Diaz live. We're gonna get back into the conversation. I'm just gonna let everybody know I'm back on the jam on KBLP LLC on Speaker.com every Saturday night. You can check me out. It goes down. You can also check me out on Spotify, on iHeartRadio, on iTunes, on Pandora. Just look up Ike Diaz or Ike Dog, and you can catch me at all those locations. So make sure you tune into them. And you can check out all the content we have, because we have like so many different platforms that we broadcast and podcast from. So make sure you check us out. The Ike Diaz live. It goes down. Let's get back to our conversation. Yeah, I mean, you're going to the moon. Make that. I'm trying not to cuss. make that thing strong. I was gonna cuss right there, and you didn't cuss. Not if there's anything like a Russian tank. Yeah, I just read that, but it's like you're right. You're completely right. They should be making these things like tanks, man. They should be, because you're out in a vacuum and nothing is supposed to move out there. But it seems like if anything's penetrated, like if the whole craft is ruined, the whole spacecraft is ruined. If say like a 7-foot rod goes through the side of the spacecraft, that spacecraft is gone, complete, dismantled. That ship is over with. It's going to cause a probably complete wreck. Oh yeah, right on, man. Thank you. Yeah, I'll be by your channel. I'll see. I try to support it. Everybody who comes by mine, I always try to go by and say hi. All Around Flats is supposed to be coming out to the channel pretty soon, and we're supposed to do a live. We're supposed to do a live broadcast. I was actually, before I went on, I was actually trying to figure out how to bring him in, and so I pretty much got it. So it's pretty easy. So as soon as me and him get the details worked out, like we'll have him on the. We'll have him. What All Around Flat will be live with me now that I got it figured out. It took me a minute to figure it out, but I spent like an hour before I went on tonight trying to make sure that I got the information right, so that way when we do decide to go on, we're ready to rock and roll. We got it rocking and rolling. I'm hungry tonight. Tonight I'm hungry. My son got back late, and he had his first league game, or spring league game tonight. So we were both hungry when he got home. So we'll go get something to eat. So back to finish up. Let's finish up our conversation real quick on this. Right here is show you guys this real quick. It's the KBLP. This is the jam. Like I said, Saturday was my third broadcast back, so make sure you go by, check it out, hit the follow button if you like. That'd be awesome. I do mostly old school music. Like because of all this stuff that we're into, as far as what's going on with the thank you, Waters for Truth. With what's going, I had stepped away from that part of podcasting for 3 months because everything that's going on with the flat Earth movement, with the space explorations, with the sun and the moon, like all these experiments I've been doing. I stepped away from it because I realized, okay, one, we like I said, we parrot everything basically that we hear or we see. You know what I mean? Like we do a lot of investigations, but and we do a lot of research, and we do a lot of experiments. All of us do. I know everybody in the community does. But I took 3 months off from podcasting, guys. 3 months from doing my old school, the jam, the music. You know, like I don't listen to any new music or anything like that. I do listen to like 60s, 70s, 80s, a little bit of 90s. But I can't listen. I can't watch regular TV. I can't listen to new music. I can't do none of that, guys, because of this. Because of the truth movement, guys. Because of what we're involved in, guys. Like it's deeper than people think. Like we have a great community, and there's some really intelligent people way beyond my pay grid. You know what I mean? And just talking to you guys, you know what I mean, All Around Flat, he has so much information, you know what I mean? Louder for Truth, I know you have so much information, so my whole thing, and I give shout outs to everybody, and I try to stop by everybody's page and talk to everybody. Hey, that's cool all around flat. I'm always just grateful you're here. I missed you last week, last Monday. I did a Monday one. I did a Flat Earth Monday. I'm thinking about doing that again, man. I was trying to get you on last Monday. I sent you a message, but thank you for being here. It's awesome. Um, See, I start getting into other conversations when I forgot what I was. Sorry about that, guys. I started getting to. So we will be having a broadcast with All Around Flat pretty soon here. Hopefully sooner than later, so we can get it knocked out because we have been trying to plan on this and get it. We already got some. We already got some starter questions and stuff like that. So to get us going, to get our broadcast going, so it's gonna be pretty fun. I'm really excited, guys. I'm really pumped up. I talked to him. You know what I mean? And then, like I said, Wildest for Truth, man. We'll keep in touch, and I'll keep going back and forth on the page, and we'll help each other build up. You know what I mean? Like me, I'm like anybody who helps me, I try to help out as much as I can and try to promote them and try to send everybody over I can, So everybody who listens, go over to Wildest for Truth too and subscribe to them, and then make sure everybody knows All Around Flat. Go over to my buddy's page there and make sure you guys request them. Everybody who tunes in. I don't know. It's funny. We get a lot of listeners, but like the chatter, it's hard to get people in the chat. Like I know I talked to a couple of my friends and they get all nervous about being in the chat. Oh, so you're in Delaware, huh? I'm in Northland, Colorado. I'm in Colorado, and I think All Around Flat. You're down south, right? And I think Georgia, I think, or something. I don't know. I know he said he's driving, but here while I'm here real quick. I was gonna swing over your page real quick. Fathers for Truth and oh yeah, AZ. That's where Desiree is. She's from Arizona. She's in Phoenix. She does a podcast called Chained on our podcasting platform. And she's out in Arizona. Delaware. That's pretty cool. Oh, I was watching a podcast this week, and this is one show, and I even said it set the music business back, especially here in Colorado. That Empire show, I've never seen it before, but when it came out, everybody I knew on Facebook and everything, they were all like, "Oh, everybody was talking about it like a soap opera," and I'm like, "Don't you guys realize that thing just set the music?" This is when I was still locked into the Matrix. This was about I think it came out like 4 or 5 years ago. And I was still locked. I was still in the simulation, guys. Hey. But I was smart enough, though, even though I was, I was still in the simulation. I was smart enough to know that show, basically, people in the music business or in movies or any of those, anybody in those platforms or on those platforms, it sent them back 10 years, especially here in Colorado, because Colorado, it's been at a breaking point, because Arizona's, they've had a few breakout artists, you know what I mean? And one of the writers is from I was talking to him this week. That's how I know. One of the writers from Empire lives in Arizona. Yeah, I know. I don't watch TV, man. It's been a long time. Like I do. Like I talked about this before. I watch like old westerns, man, and I know it's kind of goofy. It don't have all this symbolism and all, but there still is. I catch it all the time when I do watch these old westerns. I catch the symbolism and stuff like that, guys. So, but I try to boil it down. Bonanza. But I won't watch any of this new stuff. And the only reason I brought up Empire is because we're Arizona, and one of the writers is from there. Willie North Pole is the only dude I know here. So But that's not where you're originally from, all around flat, right? That's what you're saying, right? The Outlaw Josie Wells. I remember that when I was a kid. I probably watched that one like 20 or 30 times. We only had 4 channels or something when I was a kid, and that show Clint Eastwood was on all the time. I actually started watching Rawhide, and my mom used to like what Rawhide. It used to come on after the Twilight Zone. So after the Twilight Zone used to come at 9:30, and Rawhide used to come on at 10. And I used to be asleep by 10 o'clock. I used to hate Rawhide. Now I like Rawhide. It's crazy. And the Outlaw Josie Wells. There, you're right by my little sister Desiree. That's where she's from, Phoenix, Arizona. That's pretty crazy. We know each other from here, but then you live right by my little sister Desiree, the one that she writes scripts and stuff, man. That's the one that writes the scripts, man. So it's pretty crazy. I wanted to go see. We were gonna go see the Mule actually. Me and my daughter a couple weeks ago, and then they moved it out the theater because it was her birthday this last week. So happy birthday to my youngest daughter, Lolita Diaz, 18 years old, guys, already. 18. She's here in the chat too. She's with us right now. She's listening. This is her first time she got a chance to listen, so she's all excited. I told her to make sure she comments, but I don't know. I know she's listening, but so happy birthday again to my daughter. But yeah, that the Mule seemed like a really good movie with Clint Eastwood. That my mom was a big fan of Clint Eastwood too. Maybe that what I bet you that they didn't promote. Now they when you see Rawhide, they promote Clint Eastwood like the main actor. I bet you when that came out, this was in the 50s when that came out. I bet you they didn't even promote him because he was just a young actor, So, oh, thank you. I'll let her know. She'll probably see it. She's at her boyfriend's house right now, but she'll probably see it because she told me she'll be listening in tonight. Because she hasn't got a chance to listen live, so she was all excited about listening live. She was actually over yesterday, and they brought dinner over and stuff, and we watched. I don't watch movies, but I watched a movie with her that I've been wanting to watch. So, but I have been. I have really. I know. I just mentioned the Twilight Zone. I caught the first episode. I don't have CBS All Access, so I haven't caught any more of that. So hopefully, that's something I'd probably look into because I've always been interested in the Twilight Zone. My favorite one is Willoughby, where he goes to that small town, the Flat Earth town. Willoughby, and he gets off the train. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. It was all reruns when I was a kid, so. So what I will do, guys, is I'm gonna look more into this over the next week. I wanted just to break down some basic information about them going to Israel going there. And, I know that it crash landed. I would play the video, but I don't want to get a copyright strike because I know I know tomorrow there's going to be all kinds of new rule changes and stuff with YouTube. So they've been in court for the last 2 weeks, YouTube, Facebook, all in places. So I know that they hit everybody again today. So, or the last couple of days, I lost a bunch of views, subscribers, and same old stuff that they've been doing. So it's not a big deal. I'm already used to it now. So they took my. I didn't want to complain, but they took my monetization away for like a week or something, and then finally, I had sent them 4 or 5 emails, and my monetization, the commercials were back up playing. So I'm like, these guys, man, and not for this channel either. And it was right after I did last week. I did the Flat Earth Monday thing, and it happened. It was like a week. It happened the day after. Hey, man, I appreciate it, Wildest for Truth. It's awesome that I got it. I got to get better at researching and presenting the information, and then I'm trying to find somebody who I could work with locally here who could do video editing. And I used to be able to go on. I could pre-record and then post it. I can't do it like that no more. So I have to go on live every time I go. I can't. I don't know what happened. Okay, I know what happened. I had Windows 7, and they made me move up to Windows 10 for my other platform, for us to use my other platform. So what happened was, when I moved up from Windows 7, I couldn't record live no more because I do this on my desktop, not on my phone. On my phone, I could pre-record and then post it. But on my desktop, I have to do it live, and then I could present the information to you while I'm live. While the other, like I said, the other way, well, since I went up to Windows 10, I can't do it no more. But my other desktop has Windows 7, so I'm gonna go over there and start trying to use that one. That way, I could do like some pre-recording, some pre-video stuff, and then present it to you guys. Because I had some really good chemtrail videos that I was gonna be putting out this week. I had 4 or 5 videos, and I went to go load them all up, and I couldn't get none of them to load because YouTube wouldn't accept it from my phone. So I was really disappointed because I was really excited about those. I had some really good video that I think a lot of people would have been interested in. And I've lost about, just because of that. Yeah, I do. I do both on KBLP LLC podcast. I use my phone. You could tell the difference in quality because on my it's crystal clear. And then when I use my desktop, you could tell it's kind of like when you see the video of me, you could tell it's kind of blurry. So the phone is like crystal clear, and then the desktop is like kind of blurry. But they both work. The only thing, like I'm saying, is I can't, unless I'm recording live through YouTube on my phone now. It don't record it. I can't get it to post. So that's why I'm saying I lost like 4 or 5 videos. That's just in the last week. That's not the last 6 months that I've been recording all these videos. I've lost so many videos from my iPhone, and I buy extra data too. And that's what we're missing. Flat Earth data. I haven't seen Flat Earth data for a while. Flat Earth data has all kinds of information. Waters for Truth, Flat Earth data, all around flat Earth team. I love all the Flat Earth community. You guys are all awesome, man. I was gonna go over to Vimo, but I know you have to pay for it. But with because we pay for our podcasting platform, so I don't think it should be that much for Vimo. But if you're saying they have video editing there, that could help out. Is what we're trying to do. But I watched some people's videos, and they're recording from their phone, and you could tell it's like chopped up and edited. And I wonder how they do it because they like there's YouTubers that I watch that go live, and like I said, you could tell it's edited, but they're live. So I'm kind of confused on how they do it. So I don't know if it's through YouTube or if they're going through another app or what. Because it looks like they're like stop, like if they mess up, they stop and they start over where they messed up, and it looks like that kind of situation. It kind of looks messed up, but at least they can keep going with it so they don't lose their train of thought. So sometimes, because when you go live, you lose your train of thought sometimes, and you go off in another conversation. That's what happens to me a lot of times. So I try to keep my notes close so I can keep right on track, guys. So I don't go off into all kinds of other conversations. Because I will too. You guys, a lot of people who know me, and a lot of people who listen to me all week, like that catch up. Yeah. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying there. My whole thing is that at least you're 50-50. You know what I mean? At least you're open-minded enough to look into it. Like a lot of people just are so closed-minded they won't even look into the thought of it. My cousin, I'm gonna bring up my cousin real quick. He's like, man, I study CERN and I study all this stuff. He said they open portals and all kinds of stuff. And I'm sitting there thinking, I said, well, and you don't think that they would lie to us about the shape of the Earth? You know what I mean? Like, it's so funny. It's so crazy. Ike Diaz live on YouTube, guys. Make sure you check me out. Make sure you check out Ike Diaz on Spotify, on iHeartRadio, on Pandora, on Speaker.com. There's so many outlets. You can just Google the name Ike Diaz or Ike Dog, and you'll find one of my broadcasts somewhere. You're at the In-N-Out Burger. We just got In-N-Out Burger out here all around Flat. We just got it out here to Colorado just in the last couple of years. And, I haven't been there. I haven't been there since I used to live in California. When I used to live in California, we used to go eat there. So it's been a while. So you're rolling around having fun. I think you're an hour behind us. I think that's why you're so active tonight, huh, all around Flat. I think it's only, is it 11:35 there? Because it's 12:35 out here in Colorado. I know when I talked to my little sister Desiree, I'm pretty sure she says it's an hour behind us here in Colorado. So all around Flat, let's make sure we talk this week and we get this knocked out. Wilders for Truth, I'm gonna be by to say hello and check out your content, man, for your YouTube channel. I'll keep trying to see real quick because I know we have some. Gina, thank you again for being here. Jazz, Beth, Team Flat Earth, thank you again. Steve and Susan, thank you for stopping by. And Kevin and Victor, right on, man. But you guys I hope you're still listening, but I really need you guys to get in the chat with us so everybody could talk with you. I know you guys could bring some information to the table. Yeah, see, Wilders for 235 where you're at. Yeah, I think that, yeah, Delaware is ahead of us, but I think that all around's an hour behind us. Yeah, that's what I'm just saying with my cousin. He sits here and he says CERN, he believes. Yeah, see, that's what I was saying. It's 11:30. See, I wish I was out there with you, 75, almost 75 degrees, and it's 11:30 out there, and you're eating hamburgers, man. That's where I want to be partying with you all around Flat. I'm gonna be coming out there too, so be ready for me when I get to Arizona. When I touch down in Arizona, be ready, man. We'll party. I don't drink or nothing, but we'll hang out at the burger joint, the hamburger joint, all that, man. Go do some experiments, some physics experiments, teaching guys how. So that's the big thing is these heliocentric enthusiasts. It's time for them to start doing experiments. I know I talked about this on a few broadcasts. It's time for them to start showing us experiments. We've been showing them experiments, so they need to really show us some experiments. They really do. Yeah, I've listened to a lot of Bro Sanchez. I've listened to hours and hours because he goes on for like 8 hours. I've listened to hours and hours of a lot of stuff that he brings to the table. And he works with a lot of people, like a lot of broadcasters, like a lot of. I still, I'm just this is a new channel. Like this is my new channel, my solo channel. But I kind of work with smaller channels, that got a couple hundred to a couple thousand subscribers, but I did come up pretty quick, I got a couple thousand, and since I started this channel in December, and I already hit a couple thousand subscribers, but I work hard, I share it, we posted it everywhere. Got to be a fool. Who got to be a fool? Yeah, I've listened to hours of his, man, and like I said, I've seen some good podcasters go on there with a lot of knowledge. I'm trying to get to Dallas this year, man. I want to go to the FE convention, man. I know it was just here in Colorado, but I want to go to Dallas for my birthday because my dad lives out there. So I'm trying to work my way down there. I try to announce it on every broadcast. So I'm trying to set everything up so we can go to Dallas, Dallas, Texas. It's gonna be fun, guys. So hopefully, I everybody who comes on later or everybody who tunes in, hopefully I got their mind stirring a little bit, about this Israel moon landing thing. You know what I mean? It's all rigged. It's all a matrix. It's all a Dr. Ravi, Jesse Lee Peterson, and Kerrigan Scally. So, like I said, hopefully because I know like we get tons of listeners later, like tons. I don't know what the deal is, but all week we get listeners come in, leave messages. Hopefully it'll stir into their brain, and they'll say, hey, well, if we can't get there, and we're this big powerhouse country, you know what I mean? We're the basically the strongest nation, and we can't leave lower Earth's atmosphere. How in the heck did Israel get up there? Obviously, we know the Falcon 9 helped out, but it's all a rigged reality. We all know. We all know it's all set up. So it's we that's just it right there, guys. We know, and we know the truth, but we don't they really don't want to talk to us about it. The other thing is I am. Yeah, yeah. You know what? I'm trying to get to that point. I already know, I already have the feelings of the way I think it is, but I'm trying to get to a point where I don't feel like it's a big deal anymore. And I'm getting closer because now you have so many people involved. You know what I mean? I know it says that on that song that I play all the time. And I know it's all a stage. Everything is set up. It's all. That's why I said when I was still in the Matrix thing before I realized what was really going on. I was part of the program. I was in that Matrix, man. I'll admit it, guys. I was I was on that 9 to 5 with that second part-time job, trying to raise up all my kids. I was in it, guys. Like I was still into sports, all kinds of stuff, guys. It's crazy. It's crazy. But guys, I really appreciate it. All around flat. Thank you for being here. Wilder for Truth. Thank you for being here. You guys are all awesome. Chemtrails, they are spraying right now. They're spraying right now. You can see them out there. Wow. Yeah, I was there. I had the two jobs, man. I had the 9 to 5, and then I worked a part-time job in the evening, man. Wow, my shift was like 5 to 3, 5 a.m. to 3, and then I worked like 5 to 9 at night. I went through that for years and years. That's why I said my youngest just turned 18. My youngest, and I'm young still, man. So I'm still young, man. I'm young and strong like Bull, man. But guys, thank you again. Thank you for being here. Thank you for always being supportive and keeping me motivated and working toward, working in the right direction, guys, so that I film a lot at night, and I'm gonna film a lot this summer at night, and I'm gonna do some time like what everybody knows, what I'm saying, some time lapses, and but you know what? They're usually done spraying by 5, 6 p.m. out here in Colorado. By the time the sun is setting, the spraying's pretty much done. They try to get out there and get it done. They get it knocked out early, out here in Colorado. And I don't know. I don't know if it's the schedule across the whole plain of America, but that's the way it is out here. Jeez. Guys, I'm gonna get going here, but thank you again. If you have any other questions, thank you for Wilders for Truth, man. I appreciate that. My older brother, he was a welder. He went to school for welding, man. That's when you said Wilders for Truth, it was pretty cool because my older brother, that was his profession. They spray all night, huh? I know it says SORA, but I know what you meant. Spray all night. That's why today I just put recap and more because I'm trying to avoid the algorithms, guys. Like after last Monday when I put that video about the Flat Earth Monday thing, that the next day is when the monetization got pulled. But after 4 or 5 emails, they finally put it back up. So it was like these guys, man, these guys are crazy, and it's just gonna get worse, guys. We already know, like I said, they've been in court, so we gotta, whatever they release from court, and they're coming after this stuff. So, and 6 months ago, they were promoting it. So in another 6 months, we might look back and say, hey, they might say, what everybody knows already. So just let them go. Nobody's gonna believe them anyway. No, I don't know. Like that's why I'm saying hopefully it stares in a couple people's head about the moon stuff. You know what I mean? Because I think that once people find out about us, nobody being able to go to the moon, or nobody's ever been to the moon, I think that will send a lot of people on a deep rabbit hole. And I think that it basically changes a lot of people's lives. Ike Diaz live. Check me out on KVLP LLC on Speaker.com, on iHeartRadio, on Spotify, on iTunes, on Pandora. I'm trying to remember all the names real quick, guys. But everybody have a great night. Thank you very much. And we will talk soon. All Around Flat, we'll be talking this week, man. Thank you.